if you've got a low self-image, poor self-image, I should say, or low self-esteem, it's coming from the thinking you're doing, which is also coming from some kind of a fear base. If you keep your mind on something and you attach emotion to it, eventually it will come into being in your life. Hey, how you doing? It's Robert here from coffeewithrobert.com and robertcbrown.online. I hope you're having a terrific day wherever you are in the world today. I'm all on my lonesome. For this session of Coffee with Robert, I decided that we got a few scheduling things wrong and we've got a lot of guests lined up, but it just didn't happen for this week. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? Rather than cancel the session, I'm just going to have a little chit chat about something that I feel is really, really important to everybody's success, and not only their success in business, but their success in life, their happiness, and that is their level of self-image or self-esteem. It's absolutely critical to not only your quality of life, but any and all success that you see come your way through business. So low self-esteem can really surface and show itself in a variety of different ways, many different ways, and normally comes up from stuff that you've experienced in childhood. Maybe you got some negative kind of feedback from parents, or, the kids around you bullied you, or whatever it might be. I mean, everybody's different, right? We've all got our different kind of paths through life and the different experiences and emotions we feel as a result of those experiences. But particularly through childhood, these experiences and these emotions that we feel really have a deep, deep effect on us and the people that we end up being later on in life. And as a result, it affects what will trigger us and what will trigger us negatively as we move through our lives. It can surface in all sorts of things like eating disorders, an inability to kind of relax and enjoy social gatherings, doubting yourself when it comes to decisions that you have to make in business, and just so many, many more. Now, I'm sure that I could go on forever listing the kind of symptoms of low self-esteem and poor self-image. But you get my drift, and I know that as you've moved through life, you've come across one or two situations where you have lacked confidence in yourself. You've had a poor kind of self-image at that time, or whatever it is, low self-esteem, and you've made decisions that come out of that rather than good decisions, empowering decisions that are going to make you move you forward. You have probably most likely made decisions that have come from a fear base and that have actually been more about safety, about protecting yourself, than actually going out there and being the best version of you that you can possibly be. Most of our self-concept, our self-image, our self-esteem comes from the way we think about ourselves. Now, it's most likely that if you've got a low self-image, poor self-image, I should say, or low self-esteem, it's coming from the thinking you're doing, which is also coming from some kind of a fear base. Okay, and what's happening is it's coming from this fear base, you're projecting it out there, and you're giving yourself a feeling of being less than you really are. You're also going to be getting yourself into a habit pattern where you're continually comparing yourself with others. We call it the law of relativity, and it never comes off. It never comes off. What you need to do to overcome this is to compare yourself with the best version of you. Always compete against yourself to improve. Don't ever compare yourself to others, because here's the thing. Most of us, when we draw comparisons like that, we will actually look at people who are more successful, who we perceive to be better looking, better built, more wealthy, whatever it is. They've got more time off, bigger house, nicer car, whatever it is. We always pale in comparison when we do these things. It's very rare for us to compare ourselves favorably to other people. So stop that stuff. It's really counterproductive. It's not doing you any good when it comes to moving yourself forward in life and business. It's certainly not going to make you any happier. What I would suggest you do from now on is actually compare yourself to the very best version of you up until now, and then use that as a marker to move forward and improve in certain areas of your life. I bang on an awful lot about the importance of reprogramming your subconscious mind, because after all, your subconscious is 90% of who you really are. It's your actual connection to your true source, to your spirit, where you came from and where you return to when your physical body has had enough, okay? And yet most of us spend all of our time in the 10% logical thinking processes that create most of our problems, most of our phobias, and we try and fix it on the same level of intelligence with which we created the problems. It doesn't really work very well. So what I'd like to suggest is that you start to use affirmations, because this is really, really important. Your subconscious mind is almost like a tape recorder. Listen to every single thing, every little bit of information that you feed it, and then it goes out into your world to find evidence to support it. So you can genuinely feed it the type of information that would get you a better result, instead of feeding it information where it will go out and kind of look for. Here's the thing, let me explain it this way. If you think that you're not very good in business, and that you struggle running a business and you don't really think you're cut out for it, your subconscious mind, through its reticular activation system, will go out into the world and will look for evidence to prove you right, which is compounding the problem for you in terms of your self-image, self-esteem, all of that good stuff. So what you need to do is start to use things like affirmations, because your subconscious mind can only listen to one thought or piece of information at a time. So if you start to think an unproductive, negative thought, then immediately, consciously start repeating out loud an affirmation to override the thinking, if you like, that you're doing. And that way, your brain, your subconscious mind, will latch on to what you're saying and will be unable then to focus its attention on the negative programming that you were previously doing. Now, the good thing about doing this, if you do it over and over and over again with, religious repetition over and over again, really disciplined, then it becomes a habit. So it goes from conscious level thinking, conscious effort, into subconscious, and it becomes a part of who you are rather than who you are trying to be. So essentially, in the first place, we're talking about conscious effort. But if you stick with it and you're diligent, it becomes subconscious effort, because it reprograms your default setting. And that's when things become fun, because you actually become that person. You see, the universal rule goes like this: be, do, have. The first part of that three-part equation is the word be. You have to be. The being creates the things that you do. If you're a certain type of person, then you will do things a certain type of way corresponding to the person that you are, and you'll get a result that corresponds with that. Similarly, if you change who you are on the inside, you think differently, your belief systems are different, then you will do different things that correspond with those thoughts and beliefs. And as a result, the results that show up in your life will be totally different. So you can really choose what results start showing up in your life by starting out choosing what type of person you're going to be, and committing to becoming that person and doing the work that's necessary. Now, I'm not going to go into affirmations and all that sort of stuff now, because I do plenty of that in other trainings, and we'll talk more about that stuff. But affirmations, I believe, whilst we've got a few that will apply to everybody and give somebody a base to start with and ideas for moving forward, affirmations are very, very, very personal, and they're very powerful when you do affirmations with visualization and you really get the emotion wrapped up. You see, because you can start to manifest anything you want in this life of yours if you can attach emotion to the thought and visualize it. Now, visualization is the way to attach emotion to a thought, and the emotion is the catalyst that makes everything start happening for you, to start attracting the stuff in that you want and to start repelling the stuff that you don't want. And how do you repel it? Just really easy. Don't focus on it. You know, you'll get in your life pretty much everything that you focus most of your time thinking about, okay? That's the way it works. If you keep your mind on something and you attach emotion to it, eventually it will come into being in your life. That's why most people, when they're worried about money all the time, they get emotional about it. All they see is bills hitting the letterbox all the time. That's all they see. Whereas other people who are more positive and they're expecting a check in the post or they're expecting money around the corner any time, they tend to feel that they get more of that rather than the bills. And everybody will still get bills, of course, but your experience is entirely different. And again, your subconscious is looking for stuff to support that, evidence to support that, which is great, because ultimately what it's doing then is it's finding stuff to make you feel good. And let's not get lost in all of this, folks. We're here to feel good. We're here to be happy. There ain't nothing else. And whatever floats your boat and makes that happen for you, then you need to be doing it. And if you're not doing it right now, then you need to get a grip on your life. You know, take the steering wheel of your life and go wherever the hell you want to go. It's your life. Don't respond to other people's agenda. Create your own. Live for yourself. Love yourself fully, unconditionally. Give to yourself. And then once you've got everything that you need in your life and everything's going great for you, then you're overflowing with stuff you can share with other people. But if you're bereft of success, if you're bereft of love, if you've got none of that stuff in your life right now, then you've got nothing to give others. I hope that makes sense. So, cool, that's a bit of a rant, wasn't it? But anyway, I've got strong feelings on this stuff because I know it works from personal experience and from the experience of people that I've worked with in the past that have actually taken on board some of this stuff, applied it in their lives, and they've seen really, really positive results. You know, it all starts with a choice. Initially, the choice is, I'm not just going to listen to this stuff, I'm actually going to apply some of it. And I'm going to stick with it until I see something show up. And if you can do that, then you'll see some really positive differences in your life. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter Coffee with Robert today because I haven't got a guest to bounce off. But in the future, just to give you a heads up, what we're also going to do, whether you see this on any one of my social platforms, LinkedIn, Google+, YouTube, on my podcast, wherever it is that you connect with me and you watch these videos, I want you to start sending me messages whenever you think, you know what, I'd really like to get this question answered. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of collecting all of these questions from all the people that listen in and watch the videos. And then when I have my guests on in the future, if I feel that I've got a question that is kind of relevant to the guest that I've got on, that they can give value to and they can answer, then I'm gonna start asking a few of your questions to my guests. I'm going to, pop them over and see if we can get you some answers. And then I'm going to give you my perspective as well. So you're going to get 2 answers for every question. And I want to do that just so that you get more than just our conversation. You get more than just the value that you'll get from us talking about various experiences in the past. You'll get more than just inspirational parts, but you'll also get answers to the most pressing challenges and problems that you might be facing right now. So do me a favor, Don't hang around. Start dropping me a message on whatever social platform you're connected to me on. Drop me an email, however it is. Get hold of me. Give me your questions. I'll put them to one side and I'll go through them one by one and make sure they all get answered. So that is it. It's been a long old day. I'm sorry if I was fluffing a few of my lines, but hopefully you got some value out of this. If you've got any questions on this particular video, then hit me up with those and I'll do my best to answer that next time as well. And that's it. I'm going to close the show. I wish you the very best. As I said, wherever you are in the world today, may your God be with you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll catch up with you very, very soon. If you want more of this stuff, don't forget to go to robertcbrown.online. That's robertcbrown.online. And if you want to catch up with any of the other podcasts previous to this, with some fantastic guests that we've had, or the videos, go to coffeewithrobert.com and you'll find all the links to all the various places that we post that media out to. So that's it. Enough talk. I'm finished for the evening. Take very good care. Catch you soon. Bye. Hey, it's Robert here. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've really enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed this, then please subscribe to this channel and come back and see many more, doing these things all the time. And if you want to know when the next one comes up, click the little bell and you'll get a notification each and every time we've got a new video up there for you to have a look at. And the other thing is, I nearly forgot. If you love everything to do with personal development, business development, and just getting yourself into a peak state, then you're going to want to get over to my free webinar training, which is going to show you exactly the steps to take to overcome any inner barriers that are stopping you from achieving in life and business right now, and exactly what to do to get that put right and start living the life of your dreams, starting right now. Sounds like a tall order? Promise you can do this stuff. Get across to my webinar training. The link is in the description below this video. I hope to see you there. And at the very least, I hope that you click the bell. I hope you subscribe to the channel. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take good care.